Hey guys, it's myself here. Welcome back to the channel, and today I want to talk about iOS 15 and Developer Beta 2. This is going to be my follow-up video for the software where I share with you guys my follow-up thoughts with the software, my experience with the battery, the performance, and all that good stuff. And of course, in these videos, I also like to talk about the YouTube community poll. That's where you guys provide feedback on how the software's been working for you. Now, this year's Apple release beta schedule has been kind of crazy. If you remember previous years, Apple usually follows a pattern. That has not been the case this year at all. Apple released the first beta on June 7th at WWDC. About 2 weeks and a half, on the 24th, late in the evening, Apple released beta 2 for developers. Then on the 30th, less than a week later, we saw another re-release for the developer beta, and the official public beta was released as well on June 30th. And now we're still sitting on the second beta, pretty much, or re-release of the second beta. So when can we expect a third beta? That's something that we'll also talk about in this video. So let's go ahead and dive right in. My personal experience so far with the software. Now, I've seen that most of you guys have talked about the battery, and I usually don't like to talk about the battery with beta software because I just think it isn't the right thing to do because it is beta software, but you guys continue to ask about the battery. I do want to say that the battery on my iPhone 12 Pro Max, which is my primary device, has been excellent. Actually, it hasn't been as good as iOS 14, but for a beta software, I can say that it is excellent for beta software. However, that is not the case for everyone. This is also going to depend on how you use your device, how often, if you're a heavy user, and sometimes the beta just doesn't work the same on all devices. So in my experience so far, I would say it is excellent so far for being beta software sitting iOS 15 developer beta 2. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is performance. I've seen some glitches within the lock screen. I've also seen the lock screen sort of provide personal details without having to unlock my device, which is, I'm sure, a bug within the software. I've covered Face ID while invoking the lock screen, right? And then it would still show Spotlight with some information that's personal info that shouldn't be shown unless the iPhone is unlocked. But that's been a bug that's happened maybe 2 or 3 times since I've been using beta 2. In terms of performance, fluidity within the software, I have to say the software is running pretty much great for being beta, as I mentioned. I like to emphasize that because beta software tends to have hiccups, crashes. Some apps are crashing every now and then. I think Snapchat was crashing for some users. That's been fixed. And you're going to see compatibility issues with applications until the software is officially released to the general public. So as of right now, the only lag that I've seen, and it's been sporadic, has to be coming down here with the control center. Sometimes I swipe down and it just kind of blurs the screen, but the control center does not drop. But other than that, I can't really report too many issues with second beta. So let's head on over to YouTube and take a look at the YouTube community poll. As I mentioned, this is where you guys provide feedback on how the software has been working for you. And of course, the question is, how is iOS 15 public and developer beta 2 working for you? And we have approximately 11,000 votes here. And out of those 11,000 votes, 34% of you guys are having a great experience with the software. 12% of you guys say it's buggy, 4% say it's very buggy, and a whopping 50%, so half of you guys that voted are not even running iOS 15 beta. So let's take a look here at some of the comments. As I mentioned before my previous videos, you can always come back to these YouTube community poll after a new beta, and you can see what other users are experiencing. I see here one of the most popular comments say that I should add okay, but still some bugs to the community poll. I'll take note of that. iOS 15 is great, just having a bit of a battery drain. As I mentioned, battery has been great for me for beta software, but it hasn't been for everyone. I see here on this YouTube community poll and some of these answers and questions here, a lot of you guys are expressing battery concern on the latest beta. And as I mentioned, guys, this is always something that's going to happen with beta software, so just keep that in mind. Some of you guys were also asking, was there a re-release for beta 2? And as I mentioned, yes, Apple released a second beta to beta 2 late last week. So yeah, it was something that Apple did that wasn't common, or 2 weeks ago rather, on the 30th, which is kind of weird that Apple has this type of schedule, because back in the day, if you may remember, Apple would release a new beta every 2 weeks, and when we're getting close to the end, every week. And this year has been nothing like that. So when can we expect the third beta for iOS 15. Now, at this point, it's really hard to tell because Apple's schedule, as I mentioned, is just all over the place. Today is July 12th, and I'm expecting a beta sometime this week. What day? I can't really specify. What time? I can't really specify because the days and the times for beta releases has been changing throughout this beta release for iOS 15. So right now, we could even expect a beta later this afternoon, maybe even today later this afternoon. This video is being filmed on the 12th at 2 p.m. Maybe we'll see another beta towards 5 or 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which Apple has been doing for the past betas, which is kind of weird, as I mentioned. But nonetheless, on this week of the 12th, there should be another beta coming. So rather is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We could expect even Friday another beta. My money is on the 14th, but we'll have to wait and see. Stay tuned here to the channel. Of course, I'll bring the latest updates to you guys. Make sure you follow me on Twitter as well. But iOS 15 developer and public beta 2 performing rather well for the second beta. Let me know what you guys think about the software in the comments down below if you didn't get a chance to vote on the YouTube community poll. Thank you for watching this week's episode, and hopefully a new beta soon. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.